Wilbin tried to rush to where Kim lay, but the prison guards stopped him, pulling him back. Frustrated and panicking, he pleaded with them to rush her to the hospital, explaining that she was bleeding excessively. However, they stood there with no sense of urgency, coldly stating that the medical team was on the way. Desperate, Wilbin begged them again, urging them to at least attend to her and insisting they couldn't just leave her like that. One of the guards, unfazed, responded harshly, saying that criminals got what they deserved, that Kim was in prison for a reason, and they saw no need to treat her situation with urgency. Wilbin tried to argue, but they forcibly dragged him out of the room, reminding him that no one was allowed in. He stood outside for a moment, still in shock, his mind struggling to process what had just happened. A short while ago, he and Kim had shared a meaningful conversation, filled with hope and plans for the future. Now she had been brutally stabbed, without warning and with no one rushing to save her. Unable to stay idle, he hurried to his car and sat behind the wheel, still reeling. Thoughts of Kim filled his mind, how hopeful she had been, how much she had changed. He believed she truly deserved a second chance at life. Suddenly, he remembered her father. Frantically, he searched his phone for his number, but realized he didn't have it. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, he decided to find him in person. With a heavy heart, he started the engine and drove away, silently praying that Kim would be okay, that she would survive and have the future she was trying so hard to build. Meanwhile, at a serene home far from the chaos, Minsu and Sonjin stepped into their house with their newborn baby girl. The butler rushed to greet them, a warm smile on his face as he welcomed them home. His eyes fell on the baby, and he expressed his joy at the arrival of the newest member of the family. Sonjin smiled and told him the baby's name was Minji and that she was fast asleep. He instructed the butler to inform the maids to provide Minsu with the utmost care, emphasizing that she was a new mother and needed to avoid all house chores or any physical strain that might compromise her health. The butler nodded with respect and assured him the instructions would be followed. Sonjin and Minsu made their way upstairs to the baby's room. Once there, they gently laid Minji in her crib and stood quietly, watching her sleep peacefully. The room was filled with a profound sense of calm and love. Sonjin turned to Minsu, took her hand, and told her he had spoken with Dr. Anna and asked her to stay in Korea for a few days. He explained that everything was still very new and that it was important for both Minsu and the baby to be closely monitored. Minsu agreed, nodding with a smile, reassured by the decision. He then gently pulled her into an embrace, telling her how relieved he was that she was okay. He confessed how worried he had been over the past few days and how deeply he loved her. Everything they had dreamed of together was finally coming true. Minsu looked at him with warmth in her eyes. She had missed him just as much. Slowly she nestled herself into his arms, comforted by the sense of belonging and grateful that their family was finally complete. They stayed like that, wrapped in each other's embrace, soaking in the quiet joy of the moment. Just then, Yuna entered the room holding a gift bag filled with baby essentials.